Its energy surrounds us and binds us.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to Carbonite Convos, and thank you for joining us for another short story today. Today's short story is going to be about Boba Fett and Dengar, and how Boba Fett actually spared Dengar's life on two separate occasions. In the Star Wars story, aside from the Jedi and the Sith, bounty hunters spend a lot of time in the spotlight, two of the most noticeable bounty hunters being Boba Fett and Dengar. These two bounty hunters were fierce and were known to tackle almost any bounty with ease. Although these types of mercenaries usually fought for themselves, they sometimes were very likely to team up to accomplish particularly large jobs. Dating back to their early years of bounty hunting, Fett and Dengar joined forces on multiple occasions. Boba Fett is often thought of as one of the most ruthless bounty hunters in the galaxy, but another side of Fett shows his compassion for his fellow bounty hunters. This side of Fett is shown when he spared Dengar's life two separate times. During the events of The Empire Strikes Back, Darth Vader hired several bounty hunters to capture the crew of the Millennium Falcon, which we saw on screen, with Fett and Dengar being two of these hired bounty hunters. We all know that Fett succeeded in bringing in Han Solo as well as Princess Leia and Chewbacca, but the backstory of Dengar's failure is not often told. While in pursuit of the Millennium Falcon and those on board in the Hoth asteroid field, Dengar's ship, the Punishing One, was disabled by a bomb that Boba Fett had placed on the asteroid. Fett, not wanting to kill Dengar, planted the bomb to disable the ship so Fett could acquire the bounty on Solo and his friends without destroying Dengar's ship and killing him. This act was just the first time that Boba spared the life of Dengar. After Han was delivered to Jabba the Hutt in Carbonite, and after Dengar repaired his ship from the bombs, he traveled to Tatooine with Monaroo, a female dancer he saved from the Empire, and a woman who ended up being very important in Dengar's life moving forward. Upon their arrival at Jabba's palace on Tatooine, Dengar laughed in the frozen face of Han Solo, but during his time in the palace, Monaroo was taken by some of Jabba the Hutt's associates. Trying to save Monaroo, Dengar attempted to team up with a few members of Jabba's entourage, but Jabba quickly found out about this plan. Boba Fett was then hired to hunt Dengar down and kill him by the way of the Teeth of Tatooine, a type of execution where the victim was tied up in the heart of Tatooine's Valley of the Winds. In this rare form of execution, the winds would propel small stones and sand so fast at the victim that they were pretty much torn to death. Fett managed to capture Dengar, but instead of killing him, he left him on Tatooine with his full armor so he would have a chance at survival. Monaroo ended up escaping the palace and coming to Dengar's rescue, with Dengar then realizing that Boba Fett had spared his life for the second time in a matter of a couple weeks. So this type of story shows the relationship between some of the more famous bounty hunters that we see in Star Wars. We see the level of respect, but also the level of compassion shown by Boba Fett to Dengar in both of these stories. We hope you enjoyed today's short story, and we look forward to having you back for the next one, and also Episode 9. But in the meantime, may the Force be with you.
Remember, the Force will be with you. Always.